And I think Usman was a bit emotional himself, man. At times I felt like he was going to cry, but I think it's one of them ones where you're so angry. You know, when anger turns into a bit of tears, like, you know. I thought he was going to cry, but I think he was just so frustrated with everything that's been going on. I think like referees, Premier League referee Mike Dean just recently got death threats, and his family were threatened just on the basis of him doing his job, officiating. Because everybody knows about the video of William Saliba filming inside the change rooms, and he manages to film one of his boys who's, I don't get it, like, why would you film that? Like, he's doing the 5-knuckle shuffle, the fiocco fiocco, the tugboat, the shoulder shake. Like, why would you film that? I don't get it. And now it's leaked online. Everybody's seen what you've done. Hi there guys, and welcome to another episode of A Dash of Sports, episode 40. I'll be your host and presenter, Dashiki Dash, and on this show is where I talk about all things sports related, hot topics, and trending stories. And if you like the previous episodes, then hey, give us a like, comment, subscribe. Also, don't forget to check out my Premier League show, A Dash of Sports Premier League Review, where I give you the roundups, the results of all the games from the past week. So remember to press the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of my shows. And oh yeah, one more thing. Sharing is caring, so don't forget to share this. And on today's show, I'm going to be discussing the serious issues surrounding social media. Now, look, social media can be good. It can be good, but in the wrong hands, man, it's so bad. So bad. And sad thing is, recently, referee Mike Dean was subjected to death threats, not only just to himself, also including his family. So the question I want to ask is this: what can be done? What can these social media platforms do to stop this from happening? And sticking around on the whole topic of social media, the good, the bad, the ugly side of it all, man, it's all good. It's all good and getting onto the trolls and trying to shut them down. But these sports stars, these footballers need to take accountability for their actions, as recently a video has surfaced of Arsenal footballer William Saliba, who's currently on loan at Nice. And let's just say, man, you're gonna have to watch the video for yourself, because just even to break it down, it's a bit I'm not gonna keep you in the dark about it, but let's just say Saliba should never have had his phone out in the men's changing rooms. Anyway, and then they're going to be moving on to my next topic, moving on to the world of MMA, UFC 258 to be exact, as friends turn into foes. Kamaru Usman versus Gilbert in a fight where the champ really shows his dominance and why he's the best in the world right now. And then also the main event card had some real decent fights, so make sure that you stick around for that and more right here on The Dash of Sports. Social media, social media, social media. The good, the bad, and ugly of it all. Man, what can I say? How can I even start this? Look, it does have a good side to it. It does have a good side to it. Because you got to think about it. In this day and age, we are more connected than ever. More than connected. Like any type of information, news, sporting, news, music, entertainment, anything that you want, you go to social media and you'll be able to find it, whether it's your Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, anything, you can get it. And I always say it's just like, once it's used in the correct way, brilliant. But then the bad and the ugly side of it is, people would think that they have the right to say whatever they want, give off any type of opinion. Bad side. The ugly side, then comes the abuse that comes with it, whether it's racial abuse, all kinds of abuse, any type of abuse online. Man, that's the ugly side. Now, I'm not just going to sit here and act all brand new as if like this ain't been going on for the longest time. This topic, this issue has been going on since the dawn of social media. Someone somewhere is able to sit there and just type away and give off a hell of abuse. I just think that nowadays we're seeing it a lot more. It's been highlighted a lot more. You know, people are baiting up these mindless idiots that just go online and spew all of this abuse. And remember, man, if you're getting abuse online, please, man, don't hold it in, don't hide it away. Bait up these people, report it to the relevant authorities of these platforms or however, you know, means there are in order to report these issues. Because like the more and more that we try and stamp this out, the closer we can get in terms of having some control over this, because it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And what we've been seeing lately as well in the world of sports is it's nonsense, absolute nonsense. And like I said, you know, abuse online has been going on for the longest time, and we're seeing it more and more nowadays within sports, you know, racial abuse as well. That seems to be the trend, you know, the likes of Marcus Rashford's, your Raheem Sterling's, and so many high profile black players have been getting an amount of abuse. Not just racial abuse, there's all kinds of abuse online. Death threats, families being, you know, threatened, everything like that. And it's just ridiculous. Then the crazy thing is, it's not just the footballers and the athletes that we see online getting abused. We're used to that, innit? As sad as it may be, we're used to seeing that. But now the officials, like referees, Premier League referee Mike Dean just recently got death threats, and his family were threatened just on the basis of him doing his job, officiating. Premier League referee Mike Dean had recently notified the police after his family received a number of threats, including death threats and abusive messages. Mike Dean received criticism for sending off Southampton defender Jan Bednarek and West Ham midfielder Thomas Soucek last week in 2 separate matches. Bednarek's dismissal was overturned on appeal, while Soucek's red card was also rescinded last week. Now clearly we can see what's happened here, you know. I get it. You're disgruntled, you're feeling a type of way based on a decision that's gone wrong, but let's not cross the line, man. Let's not cross the line. At the end of the day, you can go online, give your opinion based on how you felt about the decision, critique, give some criticism, give some, you know, some opinions. At the end of the day, like when you go online, what are you trying to get out of it? That's the question I want to ask as well. What are you trying to get out of it? Because if we are closer than we've ever been to people, and you want to give your opinion, you want to critique, clearly you want an outcome. You want it to be better. You want the decisions to be better. So be more constructive with it. But the abuse, the online abuse, death threats, like you want to kill a referee because he's made a mistake. It's human error, innit? Human error. Like, it doesn't need to cross the line. Now, even getting criticized, you know, people having their opinion on you, of you, it's part and parcel of the game, innit? Like, you put yourself out there, you're in front of the camera, you're a sports star, entertainer, musician, YouTuber, all of that is part and parcel. We get it. You gotta have thick skin in it, because you reading comments and stuff like that, people, you know, criticizing you. You have to have thick skin. But what crosses the line is just the abuse. Even Mike Dean said it, like, you know, for him, it's just the fact that they spoke about his family, you know, death threats, not just to himself, but to his family. And that you can't, there's no way you could be used to that. Like, you shouldn't even be used to that. So these are the things that needs to be highlighted about social media. It's like people could just go online and just say whatever they want. There has to come to a point where these platforms have to have a way to deal with this, man. They've got to develop some type of programming that just doesn't allow you to even get to that point where you post things. I've mentioned this on many occasions and many times on the show, that there should be a program set like that, that you can't post this type of abuse. Anyway, let me know how you felt about that part of the show. Put your comments down below, your thoughts, your opinions in regards to the topic, the subject that was discussed. And I truly appreciate it, man. You know what? I love reading the comments as well. That's what I got to say. Like, let me just mention this last thing. In the midst of all the negativity, all the badness that comes with social media, let's not forget how much good there is out there. Like, people are genuinely putting good comments, positive comments, stuff that's encouraging you, stuff. Yeah, people are criticizing whatever, but it's like positive, innit? Like, positive critique. In order for you to grow, you take it on board and you run with it. Like, shout out to you guys that do comment like that. I do truly appreciate it. And this is just what we just need to highlight more on, instead of giving these mindless idiots the platform. And some of these people, they get a buzz out of it, you know. They do get a buzz out of it. So we can't like be trying to give them the space, the room to be thriving in this way. But let me know, man. Let me know how you felt about it all. Put your comments down below and let me know. And now moving on to this next story, still involving social media, and just after discussing, you know, the responsibility the public have in regards to what they post and put on social media and how they conduct themselves, man, this next story involving William Saliba, oh my goodness. Now, if you've not seen it by now, the leaked video, like, it's all online and stuff like that. I remember when I got the link. I've not seen the video in its whole entirety, by the way, because when I clicked the link and I was just like, whoa, like, that split second was enough for me. I was like, nope, off. Like, the video of, not that it matters anyway, because everybody knows about the video of William Saliba filming inside the change rooms, and he manages to film one of his boys who's, the best way to describe him from what I'm hearing about the full video itself is like he's doing the act on himself. Like, I don't get it. Like, why would you film that? Like, he's doing the 5-knuckle shuffle, the fyoko fyoko, the tugboat, the shoulder shake. Like, why would you film that? I don't get it. And now it's leaked online. Everybody's seen what you've done. Man. The Gunners player, currently out on loan at League One outfit Nice, appears in a video recorded by himself from his phone of a guy that's now been identified as Matuidi playing with his bits next to teammates that are fully clothed, may I add. Why he actually thought that this would be a good idea to film him, I do not know, but what is done is done. Now, nobody actually knows who's leaked this video, but since it's been out, people have been trolling Arteta, saying that he's the one that leaked the video based on Saliba's interviews in regards to how he said he was treated by Arsenal, how he was treated by Arteta, and the fact that he feels like he wasn't judged properly, he wasn't judged correctly after 2 games, and then he was pretty much kind of shunned and then eventually shipped out on loan. So that's funny in itself, because we all know that's not true. You know, I would hope to think that's not true anyway. But that's just crazy, man. That video is wild. It's crazy. Now, I just want to say this. Sometimes it's good to not just go gung-ho with these stories, like jumping in it straight away, because it's been a few days now and there's been a bit more context behind the actual story, because when it first dropped, it was like, whoa, this is mad. But now, obviously, getting more backstory to it, the fact that, you know, he was 16 years old at the time. This video is an old video, so it's not like a recent video, but it has been recently leaked. He was about 16 years old. The excuse is he's young, innit? At that point, he's probably thinking it's jokes, it's banter, probably filming it and thinking like, I'm gonna hold one over you in regards to like evidence, and you know how it is. I'm not making any excuses, but I'm just saying he was a young lad at that particular time. So this is not the Saliba of 19 going on 20. This is Saliba 16 years old, and we've all done foolishness in our youth. Not like this, but we've all done foolishness in our youth. What I would add to that as well is like the younger generation, man, pay attention to these kind of mistakes. Like, it's not even just the younger generation, this generation as a whole, the social media generation of filming everything. And you want to just film everything that's happening in your life. You want to film it, you want to film it, you want to film it. Now look what happens. Something that is deemed in a private setting, you know, changing rooms, like no one should be, first and foremost, no one should be filming anything in the change room. That's just my take on it, man. I think this change room, in the locker room area, no one should be filmed, because people are like, you know, people are naked, people are in their private state. So it's an invasion of privacy, innit? Like, and these sort of situations is why you don't film, why you don't have a camera in a change room area. But let this be a lesson to everyone, because this is actually when you like, the bants apart, let's just take a step back a moment and actually realize what's happened. This could be male or female. Don't be filming anyone, like, and then having that kind of material on your phone, and then as we've seen, it's been leaked, and you are responsible for this. And the repercussions that can come from it could be serious. Hopefully, it doesn't get that way for Saliba, but this is a lesson for everybody. Like, be careful in how you are filming things, how you're using your phone. Be careful, man. This social media stuff is no joke, man. You have to be responsible, man. You have to be responsible in what you're doing. Now, let me get this straight, because I feel like we have a responsibility, you know, putting this story out there, and I don't want it to come by the way of like, oh, it's rumors and stuff like that. You know, this happened, but we also have to mention the fact that it wasn't William Saliba who was caught in the acts doing the deeds. Like, he was the one that was filming it. That was bad. Like, you know, he shouldn't be doing that. But it was his teammate who goes by the name of Matuidi. He's been identified as Matuidi. I'm not sure who he is or what team he plays for, or even if he's currently playing football now. But it wasn't William Saliba who was doing, yeah. Anyway, I still don't understand why you would film it. But it's done, and it's something that obviously Saliba's going to have to deal with. Hopefully it just, you know, the whole issue disappears, the story just fades away, and William Saliba can concentrate on his football, and then eventually complete his loan spell, and then come back to Arsenal and, you know, fulfill what has been touted. You know, he's been touted as the next best thing in terms of a defender, the young Virgil van Dijk, as he's been, as the monarch has been passed over to him. We'll see, we don't know yet. But anyway, let me know how you felt about this one, because yeah, we was all subjected to this video, and yo, man, it was not a good look for Saliba. But what can we put this down to? A young mistake, or like he should have known better? He was 16 years old, mind you, but he should have known better, right? Yeah, I think so. I think so. Put your comments down below and let me know, man, because this one, it's a madness. Anyway, and moving on away from all of that social media talk, let's put all of that behind us now. UFC 258, as friends turn into foes. Kamaru Usman versus Gilbert Burns. Woo! What a fight. What a fight. Listen, both fighters were in great shape. They started off intense. The fight was intense. And you can tell that they were in the zone, man. Man, if you've not seen the fight, you need to go and watch it. But before I get into that main fight itself, the main card event, all the other fights, I'll just run through the results quickly. So the main card itself consisted of 5 really good, decent fights, starting off with Julian Marquez, who defeated Maki Pitolo via submission and Anaconda chokehold, 4 minutes 17 of the 3rd round. And then the next fight was between Ricky Simon, who defeated Brian Kelleher via unanimous decision, all 3 rounds consisting of the same score of 30-27. And then the next fight was between Kelvin Gastelum, who defeated Ian Heinisch in a unanimous decision, with all 3 rounds going to Kelvin, 30-27, 29-28, and 29-28. And then the next fight after that was the joint main event between Alexa Grasso and Macy Barber, with Grasso defeating Barber via unanimous decision, all 3 rounds ending in the same score of 29-28. Anyway, moving on to the main event itself, Kamaru Usman successfully defended his welterweight title at UFC 258 with a 3rd round TKO over his friend, apparently, turned foe on the night, Gilbert Burns, in a fight that was really, man, it was really intense, man, really intense. Now, it wasn't easy, but Kamaru Usman survived a stiff challenge from former teammate Gilbert Burns to retain his welterweight championship in the main event of UFC 258 at the UFC Apex in Las Vegas. Despite being badly rocked in the opening round, Usman turned the fight around to score a 3rd round TKO in another successful defense of his 170-pound crown. Burns came out fast and hard, winging powerful shots and clipping the champion to put Usman on rubber legs. Burns then tried to follow up and did connect with several heavy strikes, but Usman was able to weather the storm and survive an opening round that tilted strongly in favour of the challenger. Kamaru Usman established a piston-like jab in the second round, and the punch quickly became a difference maker in the fight. With Burns unable to close the distance as consistently as he'd done in the first round, Usman then took over the fight behind the straight shots from his lead hand. The jab then opened up a huge right hand from Usman that took the legs of Burns. The champion was patient, continued to land big strikes, but not going all out for the finish in the second round as he could have. Instead, the finish came just 34 seconds into the third round when Usman then dropped Burns with a straight right hand and followed up with some ground and pound, which then forced the stoppage. Now, like I said at the beginning, the fight was real intense, and I feel like it was more intense because of the fact that they're former teammates, they know a lot about each other, they've sparred each other, and the fact that Burns before the fight was saying, listen, I'm here for this title. I'm not here to mess about. And a true professional, a true champion like Usman knows that, listen, when you step into that octagon, you need to be about business. And if someone's talking in that way, talking that talk, you can't go in there lightly. Even if it's a case that you sparred this guy, you know what he's about, you need to be about your business. But then when all was said and done, it was real emotional at the end. Burns obviously losing was really emotional, even crying. He was brought to tears, really upset about the defeat. And I just think it's just, the hard work that you put in, being so close. This is a championship fight. You're going for the belt, and knowing that you was that close. He did start off really well in the first round. Like I said, he rocked Usman. He was shaking on rubber legs, but he just wasn't able to capitalize. And obviously, Usman, being the champ he managed to adapt, figured him out, and then just put him to work. And I think Usman was a bit emotional himself, man. At times I felt like he was gonna cry, but I think it's one of them ones where you're so angry. When the anger turns into a bit of tears, like, I thought he was gonna cry, but I think he was just so frustrated with everything that's been going on. I think he's changed like gyms. He went and trained somewhere else. So he's all of that work that he had to put in, being away from his family. And then the fact that he just felt like nobody's really giving him that respect. And then he was just like, man, put some effing respect on my name. Which Joe Rogan was like saying, look, man, I don't even think no one's disrespecting you. I think everybody's putting some respect on your name, as he's the best in the world right now, the best welterweight champion in the world, and nobody can deny that. Man, it'll be tough for someone to beat Kamaru Usman right now because, man, he's on top of his game. Look, man, he's on currently, 4 championship winning fights right now and 13 fights consecutive that he's not lost. That's more than George St. Pierre right now. He's still far away from the championship winning defense. I think like George St. Pierre's on like 12 and Usman's on 4. But currently in terms of like a winning run, Usman is on 13. So he's doing really well right now. And like I said, man, for someone to beat him, it's gonna be tough. But as much as I enjoyed the fight itself, I enjoyed the post-fight interview with Usman and Joe Rogan, and like I said, but he was heated after the fight, even to the point where he was calling out Masvidal once again, and just saying that basically this little street thug that thinks he's Jesus, that he wants to get this fight on because he was talking a lot, and the fact that I think it stems from the point in time where Masvidal, the last fight they had, and Masvidal was saying that he only had like a few weeks notice in terms of having that fight with Usman, and if he prepared longer he would have had the opportunity to beat him, and he's been talking ever since, like if he has a longer camp he'll be able to beat him, and Usman is not having it. He's just like, listen, the next fight that I would want to have is against Masvidal, just to shut him up. He either puts up or shuts up, because Usman right now is saying, listen, I'll give you a full camp and you still won't be able to beat me. So I can see that brewing up. I can really see that brewing up. That's a grudge match. If Dana White knows, listen, if we know Dana White, he'll make this happen. But we just got to wait and see if Masvidal is actually up for this fight. And the way things are going right now with Usman, I don't know, man. I don't know if it'll be a decent fight again with Masvidal, but yeah, Usman will come out on top. But let me know anyway, man, because I know it's not just about my opinions. I know you guys that watch UFC, you got strong opinions as well. And let me know how you felt about the whole main card in itself. If you watched the prelims and, you know, all of that, the early prelims, let me know if there was any particular fights that I missed out because I unfortunately didn't watch it. But I never used to really rate Kamaru Usman like that because I just felt like he didn't really have a style that stood out to me. But from the last few fights, listen, you can't deny this guy is he's the real deal, man. He's a real champion. And like I said, it's going to be difficult for anyone to really take him out because he finds a way. He finds a way. Like I said, he hasn't got a particular style for me that stands out, but he finds a way. And the way he just finished off Gilbert Burns, man, with that stiff jab, seriously, it was on point. And also, what do you think about this Jorge Masvidal fight? Can we see that again? Do we want to see it again? Yo, man, who's going to win? Who would win that fight, man? I know the first fight, listen, Usman took him out, but with a longer training camp, maybe it could be a slight difference, but I pretty much feel it's going to be the same outcome. But look, like I said, it's not just about my opinions. You guys let me know as well. Put your comments down below and let me know. And with that being said, I'm going to leave it there for today, but thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of A Dash of Sports. I truly appreciate your love and support with that. And if you've made it this far into the show, come on, man, you already know. You guys are the real ones, man. Thank you so much. And if you need further information about future episodes or just your day-to-day sporting updates, come and check me out. I'm on Instagram and I'm also on Twitter, which is A Dash of Sports. I'll put it down below, A Dash of Sports, and I'll also leave it in my description so that you got a direct link to that. And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Smash that like button, comment, and help me to get these subs up. And for those that have subscribed already, thank you so much for your love and support. I truly appreciate it. And remember to check out my Premier League show, A Dash of Sports Premier League review, where I give you all the roundups and the results from all the games from the past week. So remember to press the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of my shows. Until the next time here on A Dash of Sports, peace.